Hello and welcome. We are at Bollywood in Dubai and we're about to take a good look up and around the entrance area of this very, very bright park. So this is all part of the Dubai Parks and Resorts. So the reason why this is being filmed is because the Legoland water park is literally behind the buildings to the right hand side, and the Legoland water park is then connected to the Lego park, and then on the other side you've got motion gates. So this whole area contains 4 different theme parks, and I have a multi-hop park pass which allows me to go into all 4. So I thought, well, one of the first evenings that I was here, I thought it would be a good opportunity to go and catch it all lit up at night, because it does look absolutely fantastic lit. But because it is midweek, there's literally nobody in the park, so we have the whole thing to ourselves, because I keep saying in all the other videos, everybody is at the expo because their expo is currently running. So all of these buildings to the left and right are eateries. 1 or 2 of them are open. You can see the ones on the left hand side have chairs and things out, so those eateries are open. They've got their local cuisine and other little bits and pieces that you can eat as well. But everything on the right hand side, which is where the shops like gift shops and other knick-knacky things like that, they were all currently closed. So just to the right hand side now, where the wall is, where those trees are, during the day if you were to walk there, you'd actually be able to see where the water slides and things are. So that wall basically stops you from going in. And then where that big wheel is to the right hand side, that is part of Bollywood, and that's how far back the Legoland water park goes. So it is a big old thing. Anyway, we are focusing on the Bollywood park today, so you can see just how bright it is, and it just gets brighter and brighter as it does get darker and darker, because the sun doesn't set for a little while over in Dubai. So we're going to take a look around this little bit here, and then we're going to go in, and you're going to be amazed by just how well lit this Bollywood section of the park is. And we'll have a look at one of the queue lines as well for the rides, but we're here for sort of just to soak in all the theming which we are seeing now. So you can see all the lights on the floor. That's the ticket entrance as you come in, and they have got these really nice sort of glass displays dotted about as well. It's probably more plexiglass than glass, but they've got some really nice things dotted around the park. But again, like all the other parks that we've visited so far, the theming starts straight away. Now each theming is separate to its own land, but the only problem is that the lands weren't labelled. They are on the map, but I couldn't see the different names in the park and where it's split, so I can't actually let you know what's what. But this is sort of their boulevard. This is their sort of main way in, where they've got all the shops and things on the left and right hand side. You've got obviously your toilet block when you first come in. You've got your information service kiosks as you first come in, and you've got your stroller bits and pieces and your wheelchair things when you first come in, just like all the other parks have. Then where we have this welcome to Bollywood bit now, the staff go through that way, and I do believe it is a shop just on the left hand side where this graphic is going around. And then just to the right hand side, when we pan around in a second, there are 2 absolutely enormous elephants, and that is a huge eatery. Now check these out. So we will have a good look at those, and yes, they are very impressive, very vibrant, and it looks like it's a double-decker eatery where you can go up and round. I didn't go in it because at this specific time I didn't think it was open, but again, lots of things were, lots of things weren't. It was just staggered as we went. To the left, I think it's all shops. To the right, I think it's all food eateries. So they had all sorts of different bits and pieces in there. That was all the main. That was actually the main shop. That was that had everything from every single ride in. So that was sort of like their main hub for the shops. Some of the other parks have done it slightly differently, but that one was done in that way. And then I do believe that says Snapshot. That was closed. You can see that's blocked off. I do believe that is where you would collect all the different photos from, but they weren't doing that at all throughout the week that I went, I do believe, because I have done this at night and again during the day, but I thought I'd upload the Bollywood stuff at night first while we're uploading the day of Motion Gate, and then I'll flip them round on the upload. So you've got lots of different bits and pieces to look forward to. This is very impressive with regards to just how bright and vibrant everything is, and it gets brighter as we get further into the park. But I thought we'll go in and just turn left, which takes us down the more shops and eateries. So this theming is all still the same, and then where the restaurant is on the left hand side, that's basically where the new land would then start. But again, without the map in front of me, I can't tell you what the actual name of that is, so I do apologise. But if you've come here plenty of times before, please let us know in the comments below what exactly section that we're all walking down, so if anybody wants to go there, they can eyeball it on the map a little bit easier. But this looks like it's another huge eatery as well. This one was open. This is where all the everybody could sit in on the trains and do all the little bits and pieces. I thought it was a ride to start with. Thought that would be I thought it was going to be some motion simulator or some roller coaster set back in, but no, it goes through and you can eat in the train. You've got an eating area a little bit further back as well. So lots and lots of food around this way. So they have literally linked all of their food stuff together. So there's plenty of different places where you can sort of stuff your face and grab a bite to eat, but you can see it goes through that archway, and then you've got all the tables and things within that. So it's very impressive building, that one. And then as we move round, we will have a look at I do believe it's a taxi roller coaster, which I think I caught during the day, because again, it's really difficult to film the rides when there's nobody about to go on them. So it is quite difficult to show you just how things are spaced around, but at least you get an idea. But the amazing thing is that they are building a world's first with regards to a wooden roller coaster where they were in construction of building. So we will take a quick look at that as well. Oh, there we go, look, so it is moving around. It was the night video that I caught it. Look at that, aren't you lucky? So there's a little roller coaster there, and there is an absolutely enormous one being built to the right hand side. That is the only two roller coasters in the park. So that is the only roller coaster in the park currently. Everything else from Bollywood, it's all motion simulators. They have all sorts of different ones, all different theming, and we'll take a look at some of the queue lines on that as we go around in the multiple videos. And we do have, I think it's the Don, I think we go around that queue line, which is again very impressive. That's the one thing that every single ride has throughout all the parks, is the queue lines are absolutely amazing. So this is the taxi. Again, I don't know the heritage of this film, but I would imagine it's going to be a very popular film because it's in the park. So it's got to be a famous Bollywood film. That thing that is flashing, I did go on in this evening. I was the only person on the ride, and it does take you all the way up to the top, and it spins round on a swing. And it doesn't look that windy, but it got very windy very quickly. Okay, new roller coaster time. So it just says it's coming soon. It doesn't actually give the date, which is a little bit of a shame, but it almost looks like it's complete. They've got all the track and everything. I think it looks like it's fully connected, and they've got the station platform and everything in, but there's no actual coaster on it at the moment. But it is absolutely enormous, and you get a really good show and tell of that on the day video, because it just goes so far back and there's no lights or anything, so you just can't see anything at all. So we'll start walking back down now, and we will head over to one of the rides where I have actually filmed the queue line. So I add the queue line in, and then we'll start kicking back down. But yep, this sort of part of the place is going to be extremely bright, so all the Bollywood stuff at night is very impressive. And obviously, like I said at the start, we do this during the day as well, and I go a slightly different way to start with, because this was my first attempt. I sort of just came in, didn't think again it was going to be this quiet, so I thought, right, I'll just film what I possibly could do, and then I'll put it together as I edit it. So you've got a couple of different videos that are about 12-15 minutes apart, but that wheel where it's flashing in the background, there's a land which is just that crazy. It's just all really bright, really sort of gentle rides as such, where they've just added loads and loads of lighting and theming to it, where some of these buildings would have been restaurants which are now open, some of them are shops. And there is, I think that is food. Yep, I think that's a little place where you can get some snacks and things. And then there is the Don. So this is the one here. So this one I went on. This was my only ride I went on this evening at Bollywood, just because it was just a long day, so I thought I'd get back. And the luck of my trip, as always, it's always me. Sat on the ride. There was one other person on the ride. Bars came down. Then the bars got stuck on us. They couldn't get the bars off us, and the ride wouldn't start. So we were sat there for a little while until they got it off, and they had to reset everything and yada. But it is what it is. But at least we got to look through a very quiet queue line, which is always good, because it's really difficult sometimes to get the queue lines in when there's loads and loads of people walking about, because you can't really walk that slowly. Obviously there's people behind you, so people are always running to the front, And sometimes if you just want to get the queue line in and turn back around and come back out again, you can't, so then you end up being stuck there for ages. But I do believe it would have been a motion simulator sort of chase ride by the looks of it, but I didn't actually manage to do it, because when I came back during the day, I just did a load of filming, and then one or two of these rides did have a little bit of a queue on, and I wanted to get back and do some bits and pieces at the Lego park. So yeah, time was limited, but I still had a nice time just walking around and soaking all this park in. This, like I was saying before, this park is very much a case of, if you enjoy your motion simulators, this will be the perfect park for you. You've got a load of sort of more amusement type rides rather than sort of the big roller coasters. There's no log flume here at all. Thrill rides, that's the one that I'm after. So you've got more thrill rides than roller coasters, and then you've got a lot of different types of motion simulators as well, with all very, very fancy screens and graphics and things like that. So if this is your sort of cup of tea, this would be the park for you. And where all the lights and everything are, that is their new addition to Bollywood. So they've added all of that in. And now they're adding in the roller coaster as well. So they've added in quite a lot to the Bollywood park over the last sort of couple of years. So it'll be interesting to see how much they keep growing, because from where you could see in the water park, they were actually digging up more ground further back, but because you couldn't take any cameras with you or phones with you to take any photos, which is a little bit of a shame, you couldn't see. So I can't show you where it was, but that was the length of that queue line. So it does look like they're going to carry on extending Bollywood for the foreseeable future. So it'll be very, very interesting to see what they're going to add into that land. And it does look like they've got space to extend the water park as well, which would be nice and exciting. But again, what do you guys think? What do you think of the colours? What do you think of everything? Do you think it's nice and bright? Is it a nice thing that you would want to walk around with your family? Let me know in the comments below, guys. Let me know everything. Let me know what you think. But there are a couple of videos to come throughout this playlist, so hopefully you're excited for the Bollywood side of things as well. Like I keep saying, you've got a whole Dubai playlist, which is just a mashup of all the different bits and pieces, and then you've got the Legoland playlist within this playlist, and its own separate Legoland Dubai playlist as well. But guys, I think I'll wrap it up there. But if you can like and subscribe and all that good stuff, that would be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thanks very much for watching. You guys take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-da.